Fans, and we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Josh Hart.
In the last couple of months, the rebounding totals have taken a bit of a dive for him. Let's see if he can refocus and put more effort on the glass.
A look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Maxey, Paul George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Walker in at the 2. And for New York, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Mikal Bridges is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Towns in at the 4. It's that time of the year, everyone. Opening night for these two teams in this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in, and we're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started.
Offensive rebound. Towns. Anunoby against Oubre. Shot clock at 6. Towns on a screen. Anunoby for 3. The shot won't fall. Good work defensively by Oubre. And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
Facing off with Paul George tonight, I asked them what makes PG such a special player. Coach said, quote, well, he has a huge effect on the game. Paul can shut down your best scorer on one end and then put up 30 or 40 on the other. Tough to beat that. Paul George, he will have a lot to say about this one, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Three ball is what makes Anunoby such a threat on offense.
And we talk about guys who can really guard 1 through 5. OG Anunoby is one of them, Brett.
Yeah, OG can make your night a living nightmare the way he can guard. He chases around shooters. He's physical enough to deal with wings who like to play in the mid-range, and he's relentless on the defensive end of the floor. Just so efficient right now on offense. Bridges picking up his spots and recognizing when to strike.
Maxey against Bridges. Maxey with a screen on Anunoby. George for 3, and that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
For 3, Bridges. Offensive rebound. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And that's just too easy. Bridges in there slamming it down.
George, a screen on Bridges. Here's Maxey to end the run. Out to Oubre. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Fast break, New York. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
Walker passes to Maxey from the arc. And George gets it to go on the assist by Maxey.
And George's guys encourage him to just fire away. They know he's lethal from there.
Maxey against Bridges. Inside. It's stolen by Oubre. Outside Maxey. Launches it. And Anunoby pulls it down. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. From outside, off the mark. 76ers trail by 6. When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Saw his teammate with a path to the rim, and boom, lobbed it up there beautifully.
Very smooth catch and finish. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Nails the wide open jumper. Bridges has got 6.
And you see why coach is comfortable running offense through Bridges.
George, a screen on Bridges. Kicks it to George. Shoots over Anunoby. George, no good.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Hard against Maxey. Ooh, went in there strong and tried to power it down. But he drew the contact, and he'll head to the line.
Robinson here seeking out some offense, including using the shot fake to attract contact.
And he drops the first. And both free throws good for Robinson. George for three, fires in the triple. George has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Really no spot on the floor where George can't hurt you with a versatile scorer.
Maxey against Bridges. Here's Towns, and it's Towns with the power finish.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounced like that, well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. New York out in front, up 7. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
Yeah, showing grit on the glass is a good way to gain an advantage. They controlled the boards in the first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Mikal Bridges is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. That's the group for New York starting the second. Pass to George from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Last time they met was right here, and they were able to come out with a win.
Yeah, they destroyed this team on the glass in the last meeting.
First team foul.
And New York has possession. They lead by 7. Here's Bridges. Up and in on the layup. Bridges has got 8.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Maxey surveys. It's Walker on the wing. Bridges against Maxey. Three-pointer. Hart pulls it in.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Bridges against Maxey. And Bridges, here we go. And it's Bridges with the chance.
And you see the confidence Bridges exudes. Just gets right at the rim.
For 3, George. He's got it. 3 for 7 now.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Bridges outside. Pass to Robinson. Maxey against Bridges. And there's the drive. And the layup is good off the glass. He's got 12.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Walker finds Oubre. Back to Walker. It's stolen by Hart. Here's Towns. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And he is a force in the paint. Towns is such a huge presence inside for them.
Maxey passes to Walker. Back to Maxey. Walker sets a screen. Maxey with it. Hard covering.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. Back to Walker. From deep. They get the rebound. Out to Oubre. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Outside Hart to the paint. Robinson can't hit. And a big finish by Robinson.
It feels like Mitchell Robinson doesn't even have to jump sometimes to dunk, but man, a little showmanship from the big fella.
George, now shooting 50% for the game. He's 4 for 8.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Embiid misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And an Obi for 3, and it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
Maxey against Bridges. Maxey passes to George. The kick out to Maxey. Outside Walker. 6 to shoot. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. George's shot is off. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And an Obi for 3. Puts up a 3. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. Be fun to see if they can keep it up.
Knicks lead 37.
Oubre finds Maxey. Outside Oubre. A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. It's the Knicks. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
And now and that's it for half.
Yeah, there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Boy, without question, OG Anunoby displaying all his skills today.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Kelly Oubre, and it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint, with Brunson being undersized. He has such a great feel for how to create space, Brent.
Incredible footwork, B.A., the way he puts the needle on the record and just scratches it and pivots around and makes defenders jump and move. Amazing manipulation skills at the point guard position for a guy his size to get it done in the painted area.
Knicks lead
Pass to McCain.
18.
Here's Bonham, Achua defending. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
76ers foul.
Kyle Lowry's checked in for Philadelphia.
First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And Brunson, here we go. Basket counts. Brunson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one right now. 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Brunson against Lowry. Soft touch off the glass.
That's Kyle Lowry just putting it all on the line, just outworking guys to get in that close.
Pass to Wright. Outside Brunson. Jacks up a 3. Here's Achua. Here's Okporti. Right outside. Outside Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. Sinks it from distance. Brunson's got 10 points here in the second half.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And the jam by Drummond.
Another game and another dunk from Andre Drummond. That's where he likes to live.
Knicks leading by 23. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They pressed all the right buttons.
Here they come with numbers in transition. Here's a 40. Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson.
And vision, such a key part of Brunson's game as the point.
24.
Lowry, the pass to Drummond. Here's McCain, hounded by Wright. Back to Drummond. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the night. And that one falls for Drummond. Brent, how much importance do you put on coaching at the pro level?
Well, B.A., it's huge, and I think the best coaches in the league are the best relationship builders. I mean, it's not about the tactics. Everybody's running the same plays and trying to take advantage of the same things. It really comes down to the connectivity between the coach and understanding each and every player you have on your team.
Pass to Lowry. Here's Yabusele. It's stolen by Wright. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
These bigs can really put some force on the rim. Achua falls directly in that category.
51.
Here's McCain, pounded by Wright. Outside Oubre, fires for three. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oubre. And now let's glance at the league's most aggressive defensive teams from last year. Second, the Knicks.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. It's off to Detroit after this game, where they will face the Pistons. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
And just a shrewd pass by Lowry. He has a gift for seeing what's happening on the floor and finding shooters.
Offensive board. Beauchamp. Pass to Achua. Here's Brunson. 13 points in the game. Oh, deflected. Achua with a steal. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Beauchamp. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Lowry against Brunson. From outside the arc. They get it again. Yabusele. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Josh Hart. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
This team trusts Maxey to make good decisions with the ball.
Knicks leading by 19. It's Hart on the wing. Fires the 3. Hits the trifecta.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Anunoby against George. Pass to Oubre. George outside. Clock at 6. For 3, Maxey gets the 3 to fall.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Bridges against Maxey. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
For 3, George. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got 5 rebounds in the game. For 3, Bridges. Again the miss by Bridges. 76ers trail by 21. Shot from the wing. The rebound by Bridges.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Outside Anunoby. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
And it's Maxey missing.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
To the middle. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
Here's Walker.
2 minutes.
Out to Oubre.
2 minutes.
To stop the run. Walker's shot is off. New York has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Pass to Hart. Towns for 3. He can't hit that time. The 76ers have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this 4th quarter to fall. 11 feet out. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Knicks.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for OG Anunoby.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
3-pointer, Bridges drills it from deep.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
44 seconds left in the 4th. George passes to Maxey. Anunoby against George. Driving in. And he elevates for the slam. Mitchell Robinson on the wrong end of that one.
And where was this type of effort earlier in the game? Unfortunately, this run will be all for nothing.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
5 on the clock. 3-pointer, Bridges. Again the miss by Bridges. Here's George. Pass to Embiid. Embiid, a screen on Robinson. From deep. No good. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. They didn't have to. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForge.
On to the end. Now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Karl Anthony Towns.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. And for the Knicks, Mikal Bridges out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Robinson. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Just 4 to shoot. Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. Nobody near Lillard. Good. And a nice assist from Prince. Lillard's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Bucks. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Bridges misses. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lopez, a screen on Bridges. Prince with the ball. He's picked up by Anunoby. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. It's a 3-point game. Outside Robinson. Pass to Hart. Robinson sets a screen for Hart. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I'd like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Now here's Giannis. 23 points his last outing.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Towns with the bucket.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Knicks by 8.
And Lillard kicks to Trent. Over Hart. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Bridges. Last time out, he had 14 points. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt. Unbelievable. You think of Bridges as understated, not that flashy, and then he does that.
Lillard looking around. 1:36 left in the first. And Anunoby sends it back. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 1:32 left to play in the first quarter. Prince with a screen on Anunoby. Walked again. And here is Bridges. Driving to the basket. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
And the ball handling of Antetokounmpo, my goodness, really unreal. For a guy his size, His dribbling is ridiculous.
New York, no good that time either.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Down low. And the dunk by Towns.
Big Cat says, take that.
Bucks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Antetokounmpo kicks to Prince. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the rejection by Towns.
Big swat right there from Towns, making his presence felt on the defensive end.
There's the triple. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Prince, that's for 2. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Anunoby, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
They've got Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Hart in at the 2. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here they are, game 1 of the season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
From outside the arc, finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
And Lillard kicks to Giannis. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Back to Anunoby. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
It's on Damian Lillard.
Team foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Antetokounmpo against Towns.
A combination of size and elite athleticism on full display from Giannis there.
From the arc. And the Knicks miss again. For Milwaukee, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets has been exactly of that variety.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
But the defense not doing a good job at all of getting after him. They've got to crowd him and make it tough for him. That's his second this quarter.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. Wide open. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Junior.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Prince against Bridges. Anunoby is screen on Prince. Bridges shot. Good. Bridges got 6.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. It's rebounded by Towns. The Knicks with the lead. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul to give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Bridges against Prince. Bridges dishes to Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
Nice job by Bridges. Doesn't always get enough credit for his playmaking.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those 2 guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. New York's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Anunoby against Trent. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. 5 on the clock. Robinson sets a screen for Anunoby. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Lillard will not go. This is off the front iron. Bridges against Prince. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Deflects the pass. Here's Towns. Good D by Lopez. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Knicks lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
You can't win playing passive at the offensive end. I mean, how many times did we see him at the free throw line?
Practically taking a closer look. Thanks for spending half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Portis. Kevin Porter is out there with Jackson. And it's Green, and it's Sims in at the center position. Here's Achua. Buries the long-range jumper. Achua's got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
26.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And it's the Knicks with the ball. The lead is 2. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Here's Brunson. It's rebounded by Portis.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Jackson against Wright. for the lead. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 5 points so far. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end. Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go. It sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's Porter. Here he goes. And finished off by Porter.
Whoa, storming inside on that drive. And then just exploding. What a jam by Porter.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Portis. Jackson looking it over. And yes, it's good. He's got 7.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
On deep, Brunson. No good there. Milwaukee in the lead. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked 1st in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Jackson. They kick it out to Green. Jackson against Brunson. And Jackson throws it down.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Achua. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Brunson with a clean look. There it is. Brunson with the deep shot.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the 3. And boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Count it.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Brunson. Good. Brunson, no fear down low.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Porter passes to Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Jackson's got 11 in the 2nd half.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Back to Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3.
Sending it back with postage. This is why every team is looking to add length to its lineup.
And it's good for 2. And now a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And here's Brunson outside. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Bucks on top, lead. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Towns is out there with Robinson. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Bridges in at the point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. 43. Giannis kicks to Trent. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Mikal Bridges picks one up. Well, great, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning, it's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Here's Bridges. It's hauled in by Trent.
And he's going to have a hard time shaking off that miss. Everything was going right. The dunk was lined up beautifully, but not to be.
Giannis has tremendous physical attributes, but his confidence is something that separates him from most.
Fires the three. Anunoby, no good. Bucks leading by 4. Prince looking around. Pass to Lillard. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Towns, the pass to Robinson. Towns sets the pick for Robinson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Cutting into that deficit now. Well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
And Lillard kicks to Trent. A three-pointer, no good.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Hart, wide open, he fires. Sinks the triple. And the Knicks lead by 1.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Pass to Towns. And he drops it in from the low post.
Man, how about the collectedness of Town helps him come through when the game gets snug.
Prince dishes to Lopez. Lays it up off the glass.
Big scores like that one are what you can count on from Lopez.
New York's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
2 minutes.
Anunoby outside. Driving the lane. And Anunoby slams it in.
And the native of England, Anunoby doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
Anunoby against Lillard. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. There's Giannis taking flight.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker.
Anunoby outside. And he drives in. And Anunoby slams it in. Time running low, guys. And somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
And we continue to see Bridges stepping up as a leader. That's a big-time finish.
Lopez sets a screen for Antetokounmpo. Big-time slam, Giannis! Oh, my!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Anunoby outside. Shot clock at 5. New York needs to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. Towns. They kick out to Anunoby. Towns in the corner. Over Giannis. And it's Towns missing. And they commit an intentional foul. There's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, he got a foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Third team foul.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Anunoby outside, and an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Dave.
Many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
And the Milwaukee starting five. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Now here's Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Maxey. For 3, here's Lillard. Knocks it down from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
George drives in, and then he packs it down right over Giannis Antetokounmpo.
George's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Maxey, that's good.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games.
Flawless shooting so far.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. It's stolen by Maxey. He shoots. Pass to Embiid. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
It's tough to find things to not love about Embiid's game. It's so complete. He's a true two-way player who is a nightmare you have to deal with on both ends.
An MVP in this league, Richard. Joel Embiid. Is there any way to slow this guy down?
The answer? No, B.A. There is no way to slow him down. He's got the unique ability of size, skill, athleticism. You name it, he's got it.
All by himself. Here's Prince. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And that miss makes them 4 of 5 to start this one. Not a bad start.
Pass to Maxey. To the left wing. Oh, they pick off the pass. Prince against George. Trent outside. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Lets the 3 fly. And Trent gets the 3. And this game is tied up now.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Maxey, that's good.
That is how you respond. Maxey with the 3 of his own.
To the paint. Here's Prince. And he slams it in one-handed.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Maxey surveys. Pass to George. Here's Grimes. George left side. Shot clock at 6. Embiid can't hit. And so Prince will bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. Their last encounter in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the Sixers.
Yeah, they destroyed this team on the glass in the last meeting.
Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse.
Of course, we talked mostly about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the focus of this one. Coach telling me I've lost sleep thinking about Giannis. He can just take over a game, no matter how you play him. We're hoping he'll be a little off tonight. Do off nights exist for Giannis, guys? We'll find out.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. So it's Philadelphia now, after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Here's George. And Maxey, here we go. Here's Yabusele. Now George. He's got 5. That one's good for 2. George has got 7. 41 seconds left in the first quarter here. Maxey against Lillard. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher. Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Trent with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Back to Trent. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Yabusele. Here's Grimes. Defended by Lillard. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Trent. And that one is hammered home.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Philadelphia 76ers. He puts it. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards, and it's Prince in at small forward. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been...
Oh, hey, how about that?
Oh, wow. Dame just sticking it to the other team, and you can see it's motivating his squad as well.
Tries the spin move. Here's Yabusele from behind the arc. Rebounded by Trent.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. And here we now get a look back on the best shot blockers in the NBA last season. Third is Brook Lopez.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
George for 3, sends it home from three-point land. George has got 13 now.
Just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Lillard. He's got 9. There's the screen. Dame makes his move. Trent, the pass to Lillard. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Just too wide open.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That's his first.
Well, Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
Yeah, I think something that doesn't get appreciated enough is Lillard's patience. He's not one to rush things or look for easy outs. He knows it takes hard work to succeed.
And he lobs it up. Look at Giannis go up and get it.
Throw it up to the rim and let Giannis hammer it home. Never a bad idea.
Here's Yabusele. Pass to Grimes. And it's all from three-point range. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Such a sweet stroke from Damian Lillard.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
They need this. George's shot is off.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
His third personal foul. fourth team foul.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Antetokounmpo finds Lillard. The three. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
And you see why he's one of the top scorers in the league. Lillard does it in so many ways.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers' experience with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
The burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
Pass to Grimes. Up top, George, defended by Lillard from the high post. George with another miss.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Pass to Grimes. Maxey with it. Over Trent, who was stolen by Lillard. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. And the dunk by Lillard.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Philadelphia with another miss.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Antetokounmpo against Embiid. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Grimes, the pass to Maxey. Gets the three ball to go. Maxey's got 10.
From three-point land, few guys in this league are better than Maxey. You have to run him off that line.
And here's Lillard. He's got 21. And Giannis throws it down.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. And so it's Milwaukee with an impressive 16-point. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Ready for the fan half-court shot.
They love to run. At times, it looks like a layup line. They can hit the three, but tough matchup for your transition D.
And now, that's it for us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Damian Lillard.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
We've got Kelly Oubre, and it's Drummond in at the 5. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half. Here's Bona. Pass to McCain. And out of bounds, the Bucks will take it. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on a roll during these last few months. Getting better in terms of scoring the ball and proving to be a key part of this team as we move farther along in the season.
That's tipped. Going all the way to the rack. And here's Oubre from the arc. Here's Drummond. Another shot. Pass to McCain. 5 to shoot. And he lobs it up top. And that one is stuffed right through.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Vicious all the way. Man, that was good. Portis outside. Fires from deep. Drummond grabs the miss. 76ers trail by 14. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Here's Jackson. Oh, yes! Whoa. Throw it down! Oh! And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, BA.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Fast break, here we go. That one's good. Sims. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Changing ends quickly, scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
Yeah, and that's made a huge difference. They're making the most of the chances in the break. Transition buckets decide more games than people think.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
At the line for your Sixers.
And he's good on the second. Porter with it. No points yet. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
And here's Porter outside, and the three-pointer goes.
Yeah, incredible range. Porter Jr. can cash you in from distance. He certainly did there.
Pass to McCain. Out to Oubre. Takes a three. Here's Bona. From behind the arc. The rebound by Sims. Milwaukee leading by 18. Outside, Green. Three-pointer. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Doughton. Outside Oubre. And that one's good. Oubre's got 7 now in this quarter.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high quality shooting.
Porter, the pass to Green. Jackson with a screen on Oubre. Outside, Green. And a miss there on the triple. 76ers trail by 16. On the attack, Oubre. That one's in there. Drummond with the assist. Oubre's got 9.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Outside Porter. With the floater. Tipped. Jackson against Oubre. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Drummond finds Oubre. No good from outside. And it's Green with the ball for Milwaukee. Shoots over Oubre. The putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Here's Doughton. He's guarded by Porter. And here's Oubre from the arc. Porter pulls it in. The Bucks leading by 16. There's Jackson with the 3. It's hauled in by Oubre. Here's McCain, defended by Jackson. Here's Doughton. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Milwaukee in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. Here's Oubre. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Oubre's got 11 in the second half.
That's tough to take as a defender. You've got position, and you still get beat.
76ers foul.
And it's a completely new group for the 76ers.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup. And the Bucks lead by 16.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
Here's Maxey. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Lopez with the steal. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
Now at 4 fouls in the game, he'll start to have to be a little bit more careful with his defense the rest of the way.
And this half has been a totally different story from deep, having a harder time getting shots to fall.
Prime shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 14. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Here's Trent. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Driving inside. Outside Maxey. Back to George. The kick out to Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. And George with the basket on the assist from Maxey.
Gets the ball and takes the shot. It's that easy for Paul George.
Antetokounmpo with it. Picked up by Embiid. Lopez passes to Trent. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Lopez. And he hits the jumper.
And he's shooting it at an efficient clip, but he needs to keep looking to score. It's what his team relies on him to do.
Maxey against Trent. Pass to Embiid. Up top, George. Driving to the basket. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Joel Embiid. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, look, it's not just about forcing a turnover, guys. It's about converting them in those opportunities and cashing them in.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, we credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
The Bucks leading by 12. Lillard outside. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pure from 3-point range.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Bucks.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Damian Lillard.
And his playmaking is what stood out to me, effortlessly creating for his teammates.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Richard, over the past few decades, we've seen bench reactions get bigger in the NBA. How much fun is that?
It's so much fun, but I think it also coincides with the league getting younger and younger and younger. So you have these young kids in there that are just there to have some fun and compete.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Grimes, the pass to Embiid. Lopez with the steal. Lillard outside for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Embiid, a screen on Prince. Here's the floater. And George with the layup. And here's Milwaukee now, leading by 12. Now here's Trent. He's covered closely. The 3 from Prince. It's stolen. And now the Sixers on the break. And the jam by George. Lillard against Maxey. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
Joining us here on Two. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked. Over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Carter's out there with Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Philadelphia, we've got Yabusele. George is out there with Maxey. Then it's Lonnie Walker. And it's Embiid in at the center position. You know, Doris, with all the fanfare of opening night, it must be tough for the players to keep their focus.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a ton of excitement because you put the off-season to use trying to improve your skill as a player, but you love the game of basketball. It's hard not to get amped up. You know, it's just the mature players who are able to channel that in the right direction.
And the 3-ball is good.
The jump shot just keeps improving from OG Anunoby. Amazing. You put in the time, you get into a nice rhythm.
And George gets the whistle. That's that's his first foul. Maxey against Bridges. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse, and they're focused on limiting one of the best shooting bigs ever in Karl Anthony Towns. The coach said earlier, Towns is a machine on the offensive end. We'll try to make Cat into a passer, get the ball out of his hands. We'll see if they can accomplish that. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, Bridges. Paul George missing from long range. Bridges passes to Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Well, you want Mitchell Robinson to finish with strength and authority, and he does there.
Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future. Well, Bridges has this floater in the bag of tricks, and you've got to be able to pull it out at the appropriate time.
Back to Maxey. Embiid in the corner. Stolen by Robinson. Inside. And Towns throws it down.
Big time slam by Karl Anthony Towns. Love when he's playing with this sort of aggression.
Pass to George. They need this. He lays it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Bridges. Paul George making his last shot. Bridges passes to Towns. And here comes Walker leading the fast break. Stolen by Anunoby. Towns with it. Maxey covering. Bridges, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Bridges has got 5 now. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Knicks?
Well, they're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And so here is New York. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Maxey against Bridges. Anunoby with the screen for Bridges. Second shot opportunity. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him.
And with each passing season, DB, OG Anunoby seems to keep getting more and more versatile.
You are exactly right, Kevin. What we know unequivocally is this is one of the best cross-positional defenders in the league. One of those guys that's truly capable of guarding 1 to 5. But his willingness to be a three-point threat, an offensive rebound, and put it on the deck is exactly what you're talking about.
The kick out to Towns. Bridges against Maxey. Bridges passes to Anunoby. Cranes the three-pointer. Anunoby's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Knicks.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just a great ball movement.
Maxey, no good on the 3. George against Anunoby. Shoots the 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 9. And Walker kicks to George. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Anunoby has the open look. Cans it from downtown. Anunoby's got 11.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Knicks. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
On the court for the Knicks, they've got Robinson. Anunoby out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Bridges in at the 1. Outside, Walker. Maxey against Hart. Walker dishes to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. And it's George again missing.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Pass to Robinson. Rebound by the 76ers. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, they dropped the last game of this matchup. Their bench wasn't able to keep up with the opposing reserves offensively.
And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovic all miss significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much.
Gorgeous. That pull-up jumper is simply gorgeous. Paul George rises above everyone.
Anunoby is screen on Maxey. Bridges finds Hart. Back to Bridges. He's on target from 8 feet out. Bridges has got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's George. And he lays it straight in. George has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, very efficient. Paul George is a finisher in the painted area.
Bridges against Maxey. Bridges passes to Robinson. Puts up a 3. And Mikal Bridges with the 3. Bridges has got 12 points in the game.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And that one's good, Maxey.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time. And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Robinson in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Mitchell Robinson's field goal percentage is high, and the reason is these are the kinds of looks he creates.
Maxey kicks to George. Maxey sets a screen for George. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 11.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
Well, Mikal Bridges saying, don't sleep on my athleticism. Some big-time hops.
George sets a screen for Maxey. George with no one around. Gets an open look and hits. And that's 13 points for George.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Bridges misses. The 76ers trail by 12. Walker finds George. Back to Walker. Philadelphia moving the ball around. It's George on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
And here is Bridges. Last game out, he had 14. Can't hit from in close. Up in time. The shot that time, not on target. And we finished one half of basketball. Knicks lead by... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
As a team, you love a night like this when the game feels simple.
Pass, shoot, score, repeat.
Taking a peek now. That is more than enough.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
We've got Oubre, and it's McCain in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
Superb touch on the teardrop. Jalen Brunson so good with the floater.
With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. Second, the Knicks.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Brunson. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Dishes it down to finish the break.
Boy, you have to love how Jalen Brunson orchestrates this offense. So good at getting the ball where it needs to be.
Pass to McCain. Here's Dalton. It's deflected. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. And Wright throws it down.
Well, you can see in transition, it's DeLon Wright's speed that makes defenders nervous. This guy able to get in transition so quickly.
Here's McCain. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
The Knicks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
And he's good on the 2nd. Here's McCain. Oubre with it. Pass to Bona. Here's McCain. Guarded by Wright. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Here's Drummond. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
Andre Drummond lets the defense know there is nothing to be done with him on that one.
Brunson outside. Ooh, the quick Jalen Brunson.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Here's Dalton. Brunson covering. Pass to Bona. Here's McCain. He takes it in, and he dunks it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
The 76ers trail by 14, and with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to McCain. And a fast break now for New York. Achua, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And good that time. Drummond's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, if you're that size and you're Andre Drummond, be aggressive and assertive in the paint. I'm I'm going to dictate the action inside, he says.
Brunson. And he converts the layup. And the Knicks lead by 16.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Pass to Bona. It's rebounded by Brunson. New York leading by 16. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Doughton passes to Drummond. Floats one up, and the layup is up and in. Drummond's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Brunson outside. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Oubre outside. Pass to Drummond. Oubre up top. 1 second left. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's New York with an 18-point. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And New York, looking at who they've got, we've got Bridges. Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the shooting guard. Bridges outside. Pass to Hart. Back to Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. Comes down low. He can't get that one to fall. The 76ers trail by 16. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. There's the drive. Oubre, no one around him. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now.
That's his 2nd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
On defense, the 76ers. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. The 76ers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Their fast break plays seem unstoppable. They just keep finding ways to overrun the defense here in transition.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
To the inside. Robinson kicks to Hart. For the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Here's George. Towns with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Anunoby gets it to go on the assist by Bridges. Bridges got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Yabusele. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one is on Towns. On the free throw, no good. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for New York. Anunoby in the corner. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
And Walker kicks to George. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, this is a team that depends on Paul George to fill it up. Such a skilled, versatile scorer.
The kick out to Towns. Offensive rebound. Anunoby outside. Off target from three-point range. The 76ers trail by 18. Pass to Yabusele. And here's Embiid. Outside, Walker. Here's Maxey. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, at the last possible moment, he changes out of the shot and finds the open man. Perfect decision.
Robinson a screen on Maxey. Bridges for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Bridges has got 19 points.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Embiid with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. Embiid, the pass to George. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Anunoby. George, no good.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Knicks.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Mikal Bridges.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Towns. New York with the ball. It's a 16-point game. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg.
now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Josh Hart.
In the last couple of months, the rebounding totals have taken a bit of a dive for him. Let's see if he can refocus and put more effort on the glass.
And now the opening lineup for New York. We've got Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart, and it's Robinson in at the center position. And for the Bucks, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards, and it's Prince in at the small forward position.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Well, Brent, he doesn't give you much inside the arc, but Trent Jr. is a sniper from deep.
Yeah, and Gary Trent Jr. knows exactly why he's on the floor, and that's to shoot the basketball. So continue to move, find open areas, wait for the ball, and then let it rip.
Now here's Lillard. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Bridges against Lillard. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Anunoby for three. Drills it from deep.
Every year, Anunoby seems to gain more and more confidence, especially in his jump shot.
Prince against Anunoby. Lopez for three. It's rebounded by New York.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his three shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Robinson, a screen on Prince. Here's Bridges. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you see why coach is comfortable running offense through Bridges.
The Bucks have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. And here is Antetokounmpo. 23 points his last outing.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
Picked it out of midair. Lillard passes to Prince. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up.
When you spot it up like that, Taurean Prince, those percentages go up. Very comfortable on that one.
Towns outside. Back to Anunoby. Pass to Towns. Here's Robinson. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Lillard right side. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep. Grant, nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, B.A., for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Robinson, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Yeah, it's pretty much a power play for Robinson. He's got the ability to just shrug off the defenders.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Prince against Bridges. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Towns a screen on Trent. Anunoby for three. The Knicks rebound. Three-pointer. Hits the trifecta. Anunoby's got 6 points.
Three ball is what makes Anunoby such a threat on offense.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Lillard passes to Prince. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. The Knicks have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Anunoby against Trent. There's the three. Anunoby can't get it to go. And so Prince will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Lillard outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Milwaukee has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the jam.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Bridges outside. And again, the Knicks missing.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there. And that's unfortunate.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Milwaukee.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal, and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. That's the group from Milwaukee right now. And looking at second chance points last year, here were the teams that did the most damage on the offensive glass. Second, New York.
This is a hustle stat. This team pounded the offensive glass, and it shows in their numbers from last year.
And you know, Damian Lillard, a lot of his points come from the line, Brent.
Well, he does a great job of getting himself there. I think defenders are so in tune with Lillard's ability to drill you from the three-point line. He gets around the initial guy and then into the teeth of the defense, where he's very strong at attacking the rim.
Trent for three. The rebound by Bridges. Knicks trail by 3. Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. And the basket by Trent.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Here's New York. It's a 5-point game. It's off to Detroit after this game, where they will face the Pistons. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Bridges misses.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Lillard passes to Trent. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Prince. Trent with a screen on Bridges. Prince with the bucket.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Bridges outside. And he gets it to go. Now 2 of 6 in the game.
Yeah, nimble play by Bridges inside, navigating the contact and getting to his finish.
Hard against Trent. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Towns. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard, they play defense first, they play a ton of minutes, but this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
And it's Lopez with the jam.
Not just hanging out there on the perimeter, Lopez attacking the rim.
The shot by Towns, no good. Milwaukee leading by 5. Prince finds Trent. Lillard, a screen on Hart. Trent against Hart. Trent's shot is off. New York has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Bridges. And again, New York with the triple.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, you can add it to the list.
Lillard deciding where to go with it. Takes the three. Towns with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Anunoby passes to Towns. Trent with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Antetokounmpo inside. He's against Bridges. Lillard passes to Lopez. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Anunoby for three. Kept alive. Robinson rejected by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis able to get stops from anywhere on the court.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first half. Towns a screen on Prince. 6 to shoot. And the basket by Bridges. Bridges has got 12 points.
He's turned it on here in the second quarter, getting his offensive game on track.
Pass to Trent. Now here's Lopez. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Lillard outside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
Bridges outside. Here's Robinson, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Knicks lead by 2. Mikal Bridges has been on display for New York. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around? And we look now at the Milwaukee Bucks. We got a battle out there after one half of play.
They're doing some good things. Rebounding is not one of...
That's it for us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, you look at Mikal Bridges. What a contribution.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
You're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So on the floor for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is out there with DeLon Wright. Then there's Achua, and it's Porty in at the 5, roaming the paint. And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block, BA.
The last pick of the first round in 2019, Porter Jr. plays with a chip on his shoulder. I love the competitive attitude.
Brunson against Porter. Brunson assertive on the take. It's hauled in by Portis. The Bucks trail. Here's Sims. Back to Green. They set the pick. Down low. Achua with some nice D. The Knicks should have got a decent clip. 45% for the game. Beauchamp gets the bucket.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Bucks. They'll be playing host to New Orleans for their next one. That'll be the end of a 3-game homestand. Achua against Portis. On the wing, Green. Clock at 6. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Brunson outside. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
Entering the league, Porter Jr. was a scoring guard type, but he's morphed into more of a ball handler. Very impressive.
Here's Brunson. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Brent, everyone loves an underdog story, and there's few better than that of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, this kid falling into the second round and all the perception around whether or not he was big enough or can he shoot the ball, is he athletic enough? This guy has continued to work hard every year and turned himself into an all-star and an all-NBA player.
Porter a screen. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Porter's got 4 points in the quarter.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying.
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
Jalen Brunson.
Any?
At the line for one. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Porter's shot is off. For New York, they've gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Outside Brunson. Brunson inside with the finish.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Porter looks it over. And he lobs it up. Right with a steal. Outside Achua. Inside, Porty. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Great look, courtesy of Achua.
On the wing, Porter. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Jackson with a screen on Brunson. 5 to shoot. Green, the pass to Jackson. And another miss by Milwaukee. New York leading by 5. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Oh, wow. Brunson just getting sideswiped there and some strength to get through it.
Porter, the pass to Sims. Back to Porter. To halt the run.
Everybody up for that one.
Goodness!
You can just feel that coming. Oh, and there's the talent. Porter Jr., a highly skilled young player.
Here's Brunson. Sneak it inside. It's Brunson.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Outside Porter. Jackson on the wing. Fires the 3. Knocks it down from distance.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Brunson. The rebound by Sims. Outside, Green. Jackson with a screen on Brunson. Green for 3. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau.
You guys got to read the ball better. Stay in your stance. Read the ball.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. We've got Green, Jackson out there with Kevin Porter. Then it's Bobby Portis, and it's Sims in at the 5. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Back to Porter. Shot clock at 6. And And the layup falls.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Bridges against Porter. Porter pulls it in. Milwaukee has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Jackson, the pass to Portis. To the inside. And Anunoby gets it to go on the assist by Bridges. Bridges has got his 4th assist with that last one. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And the Bucks going with a whole new group out there. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. He seems pretty disappointed with the three-point shooting, telling his crew we have to start making more outside shots. I want to see more threes out there. Let's get aggressive. Coach is hoping some big production can make a splash for them.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
About a minute and a half into the 4th now. There's the drive. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Okay, that's how you stop a dunk. The defender brings the interference in a big way.
Such a sweet stroke from Damian Lillard.
Total lack of hesitation. Lillard trusting his selections completely.
Here's Bridges. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Lillard against Bridges. Puts up a 3. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And it's Bridges with the jam.
Electric. Bridges getting the fans on their feet with that dunk.
Lillard with the ball. To the middle. Here's Prince. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Well, the bigger the possession, the more engaged Taurean Prince is. Wow.
Bridges passes to Hart. Back to Bridges. Kicks it out Towns. Back to Bridges. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Prince, the pass to Lillard. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Bridges against Lillard.
Well, Bridges doing a good job fighting hard past the foul, even after the release.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2.
At the line for 2.
And a tough break as his 2nd attempt is no good at the line.
And right about now, at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2- and 3-point advantage.
Trent, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis dunks it home.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Anunoby banked it in off the glass. Anunoby's got 4 points this quarter.
Lots of experience from Anunoby. These moments don't make his palms sweat.
Lillard finds Antetokounmpo. 1:10 left to play in the 4th quarter.
And that's what you want your leaders to do. Giannis stepping up in a big way.
Bridges against Prince. Outside Anunoby. Pass to Bridges. Here's Robinson.
This defense gets a lot scarier when Lopez is blocking shots.
Now Trent. There's 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Giannis with the jam.
Wow, that takes steady nerve right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
They can't go empty on any of their possessions from here on out.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
For three, Bridges. Lillard pulls down the board, and they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
15 seconds left in the fourth, and now we've got an intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Bucks.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a three-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Milwaukee ball.
So it's Milwaukee now. And so it's Milwaukee who scraped by with the win. This one was in the balance. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry.
what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Tyrese Maxey. George is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. Trent against Maxey. Pass to Grimes. Here's Yabusele. Unable to get that one. Giannis with some nice D. Prince against George. Lopez sets a screen for Prince. Now Lillard. And stolen by Maxey. About a minute played so far here in the first. Nobody near George. Buries it from three-point range.
You've got to be alert to where George is out on that perimeter because that jumper of his has become dangerous.
Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too.
Here's George. After the basket by Milwaukee. 2 points. That one goes. George has got his second bucket tonight.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Lillard against Maxey. The three. And Damian Lillard, good for the three.
Lillard can make it from that spot. And he can make it from much farther out, too. Wow.
Maxey kicks to George. Lillard with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Maxey. Embiid with a screen on Lillard. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in. I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. And, Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
Now George, following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. from deep. Embiid kicks to Yabusele. And he drives in. From deep, George. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Trent outside. Giannis up top. He has 6. And he can't jam it through.
And priority number 1 has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. 4th, Damian Lillard.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Pass to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that, Giannis. I love the Greek Freak. And I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say, Giannis, I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
Prince misses. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And that's about maximum range for an alley-oop, guys. It's got to be.
That's just crazy. Absolutely nuts.
And how high did he have to go to make that catch? Scintillating.
And that does it for the first quarter. Philadelphia ahead, up 5. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Abusele out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Lopez. He has yet to score. And Antetokounmpo. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, extra effort by Giannis, the multi-time MVP. He's just built a little differently.
Pass to Embiid. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Maxey passes to George. And George with the stuff.
There is no slowing down Paul George. A volcanic eruption from PG tonight.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. There's the 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Embiid's got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
Embiid knows how to bully his way into position for the putback.
Lillard. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
And here's Maxey. The 3 from George. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's George. Outside, Maxey. Pass to Embiid. All sorts of time. Good on the jump shot. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
Love the confidence from Joel. He gets the ball and knows exactly what he's going to do with it before he gets it.
Gano's with it. Maxey covering and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
That one on Embiid.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes it's a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. You have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. A nice shot by George.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
And to Kumbo. And Giannis throws it down.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Kicks it out to Prince. Back to Lillard. Paul George with the steal. Pass to Embiid. Open shot, George. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist. And now a 9-point 76ers lead. Here's Lillard. A beautiful reverse layup. Lillard's got 13.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Prince against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Look, in deference to his age, he's not going to throw it down like he used to, but PG can still rock that rim.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. That's where Giannis wants the ball.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game. Consider my doubts disappear.
And so it's Philadelphia bringing the quarter to a close. I thank you, David. Folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
To the center court and get ready for that.
Hello, folks. A lot to catch up on around Indiana with a win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Quality game. Tremendous effort on both sides.
And circling back to the first half of our game, Paul George had his fingerprints all over it. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from George.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Mark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Jackson. Portis is out there with Green. Then there's Kevin Porter. And it's Sims in its center. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Outside for Lowry. Edwards, a screen on Porter. Lobbed up there for Edwards. And Here comes Jackson leading the fast break, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Smart pass by Porter, showing the ability to make good decisions with the ball.
And there's the call on Kevin Porter.
Kevin Porter Jr.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Edwards, a screen on Porter. Here's Lowry. Jackson knocks it loose. Now Porter, scoreless thus far. And Portis throws it down.
Really good in the playmaking role. Porter Jr. with the right read in the two-man game there.
And there's the call on Kevin Porter.
Porter Jr.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Lowry from outside.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
And Walker kicks to Lowry. 5 to shoot. Takes the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lowry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Porter against Lowry. Now here's Porter. Pass to Sims. There's the pick. Over Drummond. And that one hits back iron. The 76ers leading by 4. On the wing, Walker. Guarded by Jackson from 18 feet away. It's Lowry again missing.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Here's Sims. Can't nail the jumper.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it. How about the superb anticipation from Drummond, sensing the opportunity to go for the alley-oop and then converting in style.
And Portis throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Edwards finds Walker. Lobbed up there for Edwards. Porter with the steal. Edwards against Portis. 1:31 left in the third. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, Porter has tremendous talent and is very creative. He's good at getting his guys the ball when they're ready to score. A good passer because he's got good vision.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
And they were second in the league in terms of fewest turnovers. Just a smart, heady group out there that doesn't beat themselves.
And last season, everything started with their defense. You mentioned their #1 ranking in steals. The pressure they put on opponents was nonstop.
And some people harp on his lack of height, but his size doesn't hurt him at all when it comes to rebounding.
Walker dishes to Oubre. And Drummond kicks to Edwards. Walker with a screen for Edwards. Back to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. No good with the wing jumper.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Porter with it. He's picked up by Drummond. For the tie. Porter, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lowry drives in. Edwards passes to Lowry. Edwards against Portis from deep three-point land. Edwards can't hit. Jackson looking around, and Jackson throws it down.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And we wrap. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Embiid is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the 2 spot. Outside for George. Count the basket and the foul.
Defensive foul.
It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr.
That's just strength from Paul George. I mean, fighting through the contact, doing a good job of it there.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
How great have they been? I mean, shooting the ball from outside the arc, they have absolutely been lights out.
Milwaukee leading by 3. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Lillard way outside. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. And that one's good. Maxey.
With the speed at which Maxey plays, that pull-up is almost impossible to deal with.
Lillard against Maxey. Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
And Special K, as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game, he definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
Lots of room. No good from Yabusele. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Lillard finds Lopez. Pass to Prince. Lopez, a screen on George. Back to Lopez. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. And he comes up with the deuce. Prince has got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
You know, it's not often that we see Prince hit the offensive glass, but that time he read the ball well.
George passes to Yabusele. Outside for George. Launches it. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And then Lillard steals it in.
Still such a fantastic penetrator. When Dame Lillard spots a lane, he doesn't pass it up.
Here's Maxey. Drills it from outside.
So great seeing Maxey come through in the big spots, continuing to evolve right before our eyes.
Giannis passes to Trent. Into the lane. Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Lillard from outside. Rebound by the 76ers. Here's Grimes. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul.
In the first of 2, no good. Heartbreak. And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 2 here.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt them. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently. No fear in Maxey, folks. This guy is ready for the big moment and welcomes the challenge.
Maxey against Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey.
Personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. There's Giannis. Look out below.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Tyrese Maxey with a big-time play down the stretch.
Lillard against Maxey. Prince looking around. Kicks it out to Lillard. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Driving inside. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
George, no good.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his mates in the last quarter.
Maxey against Lillard. Pass to Antetokounmpo and stolen by Drummond. And now Maxey pushing it up and no one back there to stop him. It counts. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
He just seems to always deliver in the clutch, and he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a 3-point attack.
On the wing, George. Misses the 3. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous. Thanks so much, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg,